Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Planet Alien here on YouTube. Hello. So, I was not planning on making a video today, obviously, because I only have mascara and some lipstick on, or lipstick, I guess you could say, and some, like, highlighter at the top, which you can't really see, but the lighting through the window right now is just really good, and so, instead of using my little ring light, I can use natural light. Yes. But anyways, okay, so this is going to be talking about Shane Dawson and his recent conspiracy theory video. Okay, I love technology, don't get me wrong, I love technology, obviously, I have, not every, but, I love just technology, I'm always on technology is everything, I mean, right now, I'm making a video on technology, here, I have music playing on technology, you know, so, my phone, technology, them listening to me, yeah, because we all know they listen in, or spy, I honestly would prefer if they just listened and not have video because, it's one thing to listen to someone's conversation, but it's another to actually record their conversation, not just their voice, but everything. That's taking a step too far. Which brings me into, oh my god, okay. So, Adobe decided to, now if you've watched Shane Dawson's conspiracy video, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm going to link it down below. Please go watch it. You will fall in love with Shane Dawson, I swear to God. Not just for his conspiracy theory videos, which are fucking amazing, but also just for his videos and him in general. So Adobe came out with this thing that basically it could mimic your voice to such an extent to where it sounded like you to a T. Like, exactly like you to a T. Scary. That's some scary shit. Why would you want that out there for the world? But they decided not to release it. But yet, dude, you already came out showing how this technology works, showing what it's about, and then you decide not to release it, which is a good thing on your part, but then everyone else starts trying to copy what you did and try to mimic what you did and make it themselves, and then that just opens a whole new can of worms, because now we have this one website, Libird, or whatever it's called, I don't even know, where, now when Shane was doing it with Shane did it, Morgan did it, Rylan did it, and Andrew, when they were doing it, I mean, Andrew really not so much at all, but with Shane, Morgan, and Rylan, there was times where you could kind of hear them, like a little bit, you could be like, oh, that's Shane, or oh, that's Rylan, but just for like a second. So it wasn't like the best thing, but then Shane had clips of other people using it, and it literally sounded like them. One guy even called his mom, and she thought it was him right away. And it's like, that's so fucking scary. I mean, Jesus, you know how many people have made, even about Obama, made fake videos where they have the person and then they basically have them saying stuff they did not say, but because we have this technology, we can do whatever the fuck we want. I mean, I'm super surprised Shane should have included this in his conspiracy theory video, which if I can find it and include it, I'm going to. But if you've seen Unfriended Dark Web, spoiler if you have not seen it and you plan to watch it, probably don't want to hear this part, but in Unfriended Dark Web, there is actually a scene in that movie where someone puts together this guy's voice and sets him up for a crime he did not commit. I'm just saying, literally to a T, they use his voice because he's someone who makes videos, I guess, in the movie and stuff, and so they get a bunch of different little clips from his videos, putting them together to make it look like he actually is confessing to committing a crime he did not commit. And I think he kills himself because, I mean, the cops come, obviously, because, hello, you literally, he's listening to his voice, confessing to a crime he didn't commit to the cops. Like, what would you fucking do? Like, of course, yeah, if they investigated enough, they probably could figure out it wasn't you. But, like, oh my god, when I seen that on Unfriended, and then watching Shane's thing and he's seeing all this new technology, I'm just like, this is getting too much. We need to, like, be inventing flying cars and shit. We need to not be able to copy other people's voices and make it like it's them talking about something when it's not them at all. Literally, that is the craziest thing. Right now, you could be seeing my mouth move, but what I'm saying could be not what I'm saying, you know? It could be something else that someone wrote and put over my video. Like, it's fucking crazy. Oh my God. Technology is the best and worst. We are advancing in technology, but in some bad ways, dude. I know, like, Adobe didn't release it, but you still put it out there for the public to see and experience. Of course, people are going to want to come mimic that and copy that. And that is so scary. We should not even be messing around with this. Why is this an important thing to mess around with? Why do we need to be able to copy other people's voices and put them with their selves, whatever, and make it look like it's really them talking about this stuff? Like, why do we need that kind of technology? I don't fucking understand why. Do you guys? Like, do we really need that? Do we really need technology where we can mimic other people's voices? Like, it literally is just fucking crazy. Like, it fucking scares me, that shit. But Unfriended, Dark Web, like, oh my God. That scene is like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, I thought that was like a spill. That scene, oh my God. He's just listening to his voice. I mean, literally, it's his voice confessing to a crime he did not commit. But it's literally his voice. Literally. Every part of it is his voice. And it's just really fucking scary. And I I don't know. It's fucking scary. You know, like, you don't know what could fucking happen, honestly. Like, this is just a really bad thing. I'm thinking, like, in my head, I have so many bad scenarios to where this could work to the person who's creating these bad scenarios advantage, and it's just really fucking scary. This could start a war. This could start the end of the world. Like, we don't fucking know. It's just really dangerous to have this kind of app or technology out there. This is not something we need in the fucking world. We don't need this. Focus on stuff that's really actually more important than mimicking people's voices, which is not needed. So I want to say that about the whole, you know, mimicking the voice and stuff. Now, another thing, Chuck E. Cheese. Man, I fucking love Chuck E. Cheese. Like, I used to go there all the time as a kid, and I loved their pizza. I'd be like, my mom would be like, oh, you guys want more pizza? And I'd be like, yeah, I want more pizza. You know, I'd always get cheese, because I love cheese pizza. And, like, I never looked at it. I always just ate it and stuff, and then went and played games, and came back and ate some more, you know. And I never really paid attention to the pizza, or anything going on around. I just loved Chuck E. Cheese. And Shane having this conspiracy theory about Chuck E. Cheese, because, excuse me, he did not say these are facts. He's just having his own conspiracy theory. He's allowed to have his own opinion. He's allowed to prove it to whatever extent he wants. He's not saying it's for sure. He's just showing you what he has found and seen. And I'm blown away. Yeah, so I relate to Shane because I love Chuck E. Cheese. I do, you know, and I would have liked to know, I would have liked to heard at the end, like, oh yeah, Chuck E. Cheese doesn't recycle pizza that people touched and probably was going to take a bite and then took it not, you know, could you imagine just someone putting it in their mouth and then be like, hey, I'm full, I'm not going to eat anymore, so they put it down, and then that gets sent to you when you order your pizza? The germs, the germs, the germs. I mean, not to mention Chuck E. Cheese is kind of like a way to introduce our kids to gambling in a way. It kind of is. I mean, you could say that about a lot of arcades and stuff, but like, it is kind of a way to introduce us into gambling, and that's scary because you wonder, like, I loved going to Chuck E. Cheese. I loved going to arcades when I was younger, and they had games like you'd see in a, you know, like in a casino, and so it's like, I'm curious as to, I don't love to gamble, but I do like to gamble. And if I have the opportunity, yeah, I'll go gamble to a certain extent. I don't go too far in. But it's like, is that because of growing up with games that kind of introduce gambling to you, but in a subtle way, you know? And is that why a lot of people are so into gambling? It's just a question on my mind. I'm just curious, because that is that's something you need to think about. But so Shane's investigating this whole pizza situation. If you look at all these pizzas from Chuck E. Cheese online, they don't match up. I'm sorry, there's just no explanation. Shane went so far to try and prove that he was wrong. But unfortunately, he wasn't wrong. He was right. They are recycling pizza. Your kids are eating pizza that someone else before that ate, who could have whatever. Literally, someone could have herpes, and you're giving that pizza to someone else who could be a kid. Like, you don't know what other people have, and you're giving that result. I don't care if you fucking add some more cheese and put it back in the oven and kill all the germs. I don't give a shit. You should be making a fresh pizza for everyone. I understand. Chuck E. Cheese is very popular. They're, like, constantly going. But that doesn't mean you can't make a fresh pizza for everyone who orders one. Because I hate to tell you, but you make a big deal about your pizza, which is why I love Chuck E. Cheese so much. Your pizza was awesome. You make such a big deal. It's fresh, all this, but yet you're recycling it. Let me not get sued. But like, this is just my opinion. But I personally think you are recycling the pizza. And yeah, Shane is the reason why I think that, because he really delved deep into this whole Chuck E. Cheese thing. And at the end, I see that clearly they're doing something with this pizza, recycling it, whatever it may be, that's not fucking good. Not good for kids, not good for anyone. That's fucking disgusting. You pride yourself on your pizza, and yet you're recycling it. The part that gets me is that literally, in Shane put the rest of the pizza that was left over, on another table next to him. And a guy comes by, just like taps it and looks, and then just walks on. And I'm thinking, did he maybe see the camera and he just didn't want to do anything? Like, what is going on? So then I'm waiting. So then apparently, I don't know, I couldn't tell if it was the same person, but my friend Maddie said it was. So he comes back and starts cleaning the table. Cleaning the table. So you would think he would take the pizza, dump it into the tray with the pizza, with the pizza pan, and, clean everything. No, he cleaned the table, but he left the pizza there. That's weird, dude. I've been a waitress, and when you clean a table, if there's food left over, you just put it in your little bin where you're putting all the other dirty dishes, and you wipe down the table, you fix it all nicely so someone else can sit there. But instead, they left the fucking pizza while cleaning the table. Chemicals, hello? Not to mention, Shane asked an employee there where he was like, so what's going on the pizza? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, are you filming? And it's like so clear that something is going on with this pizza back there. I mean, I think they are recycling it. It's not far-fetched. Look at the evidence. You don't have to believe it. I believe it personally. But look at the evidence, and it looks like they're recycling pizza. And Shane even tried to get a cutter to see if maybe they're just cutting it that way. But he still was proven right. They are doing something with this pizza because no matter how he cut it, it did not match up. And how do you fucking explain that? Because there's no way you're cooking half pepperoni and a half of cheese separately and then putting them together. Especially when the pieces of pepperoni and the pieces of cheese don't match up. Like, just all the germs and grossness and kids of all people, they're so susceptible to fucking getting sick, and you're doing this to kids of all people, and you're a big fucking thing. Like, people go to Chuck E. Cheese all the time. Like, people love Chuck E. Cheese. They've been around for years, and this is something you're doing, like, and they can't sue Shane because, like, Shane made sure to run this past his lawyers so he didn't get in trouble before he posted it, because he did not say this is a fact. He had a theory. He went to super long lengths, which I'm glad, to prove whether it was a right theory or wrong theory, and in the end, it turned out his theory was right, but we don't know for a fact that they are recycling pizza. Again, it is just a theory, but it's a theory that I believe. So yeah, that's kind of fucking disgusting. Like, I'm curious to see how Chuck E. Cheese is going to come back from this stuff. Honestly, I seen something about, is Chuck E. Cheese going to sue Shane Dawson? Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I'm going to catch up on some of the videos going on about Shane and Chuck E. Cheese just to kind of see, like, what's going on. Because really, they can't do any legal action. I mean, you have 3 grown men walking into a Chuck E. Cheese, one with a big-ass fucking camera, sitting while there's only kids and adults with these kids around, sitting there for like 3 hours and nothing. That's another weird thing. You literally have 3 grown men, one with a camera, sitting for 3 hours in a child area. And Chuck E. Cheese is just like, oh well, like, I don't see them, like, what are they doing? Like, imagine, like, Chuck E. Cheese, like, has something, maybe it's, like, sex trafficking or something underneath. No, let me not say they're gonna sue me, sorry. No, I'm just saying, could you imagine, like, what if, like, fuck, there's sex trafficking kids underneath the Chuck E. Cheese or something? You don't know, like, fuck this crazy shit, because, like, that's just so weird, because they even pointed out, Shane and them, how, like, no one said or, like, even did anything, and it's like, you would think they would. It's fucking weird. It's like going into a fucking store, like a lingerie store, and as a man, and just filming in the lingerie store. it's a little fucking weird, especially when you're by the dressing rooms or when there's girls like looking at the lingerie and you're just filming them. It's fucking weird, and the person most likely is gonna say, "Turn off the camera," or "Turn off the camera and get out. Why are you in here?" So that was a whole nother thing. Also, the online dating thing, I worry for my friend Lily because she's really heavily into Tinder and Bumble. She is the type that would get into sex trafficking. Not, okay, that sounds bad, but like, out of all of us, she is the type, she's so gullible, and sometimes she just really wants someone in her life, even if it's just sex. So she is like that perfect target, and that makes me really scared for her because, like, I get nervous her just going on Tinder, period, because, like, you don't fucking know. I've heard so many horror Tinder stories, and, like, to see that Tinder has been associated with sex trafficking is really fucking scary. And she even, I'll let her go more in depth, but Lily even had an incident where this guy she met on Tinder, she was talking to, wanted her to come meet him and bring some friends so that I can't remember the whole thing. She'll tell you whenever she comes back from home. But basically, he wanted her and a bunch of friends to come over and stuff and like work for him or something along those lines. Basically, sex trafficking. As soon as she told me that, I was like, that's sex trafficking. Like, you realize that? And she's like, yeah, I know. I was like, that's fucking scary. Like, it's fucking scary. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. This girl did not know what she was getting into. I mean, if I look at this guy, can I say, I love that Shane decided to unblur his face because he needs to be fucking seen. People need to know him. He wants to be with a YouTuber. He wants to have all this, attention on him. Then show your fucking face. Now your face is everywhere, and especially since Shane posted it, your face is everywhere. And I'm not saying I want people to attack him or I wish bad on him, but it's like, you don't seem like a good guy at all, and I don't care if people know your face. I'm sure you're loving it, for all you're concerned, who knows? But one of the main reasons why I was so glad Shane unblurred his face, because I could kind of see the outlook of his face, but another reason why I was so glad he unblurred it is because the scene he was talking about with Brittany, about how he said in that moment you could kind of see like the act kind of slip away and him just switch off. And seeing that blurred, I couldn't really see his face except for like to. So I was like, oh, well, maybe he just frowned, he doesn't want to smile. But then unblurring it and seeing it, he literally looked like he went from to, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Like, literally, honestly, he really did look. It wasn't just someone going from smiling to frowning. It was someone going from, like, really happy and excited about life to, I kill people at night. Like, it was fucking creepy. It was fucking creepy. Like, I'm so happy she got out of that. She's thankfully alive. She's not hurt. Thankfully, her son is not hurt. He's alive. I mean, they have to go through so much right now and for the rest of their lives, and that really, truly sucks. But it just goes to show you, you really got to be careful online. And you got to be careful how these people present themselves. I mean, it's so easy to just want to believe someone or just and what's so crazy, it's like she even said he first started out as this cocky doctor guy, and once he saw I didn't like that, he went more to a sweeter side. And it's like, that's like a sociopath. That's like a psychopath. That's fucking crazy. It's like he was adapting to what you liked. And that's scary. And some of the things he said in her vlogs and stuff were weird. Like, oh, this is what we use to wrap a body in, or oh, I could just kill you right now. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, me personally, I feel like I would have got out of that situation a lot sooner. But then again, you don't know. And also, you have a kid. I mean, a beautiful baby boy. But she has a kid. Like, that's a whole another situation within that situation. Like, I can't even imagine having to go through this. This is some scary-ass fucking shit, dude. You literally have to watch your back, behind your back, the rest of your life, basically. And you don't know what he's gonna do with the stuff he's taken, or the pictures he's taken. Like, you don't know. Like, you can't even get your own passport. You can't leave the country. Like, that is fucking scary and fucked up. And you have to... And she's staying with her mom, who has, like, this whole security setup. It reminds me of, like, Halloween with Lori, where she has that whole setup. And it's like, it reminds me of that. And that's fucking scary that you have to deal with that. And, I mean, it's one thing having to protect yourself, but having to protect yourself and your child, the love of your life, I mean, that's 10 million times harder and worse. Like, I feel for her. I'm so glad she got out, dude. I am so glad. And I'm so glad Shane unblurred his face, because I wanted to see him, and I also really wanted to see in that clip the switch. And that switch really showed a lot. I mean, if you really look at it, it showed a lot. And I'd like to see what a psychiatrist has to say about it, or psychologist. You know, I'd like them to look at it and see what they think about it. Is it just him going from smiling to frowning, or is it something more there? Which I think it is. So yeah, I just want to talk about Shane's latest conspiracy theory video, because crazy fucking shit. Let me just say that. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. It's just, please be careful of online dating. Please meet in a very public place. Even if you guys have been on 3 dates, don't go somewhere alone with him. Like, I don't know. Like, I've watched ID where people went on like 3 dates and they thought everything was good. So they're like, oh, let's go into the woods and look at the stars. And then they end up getting killed. And it's like, I'm not saying that happens every day, but I'm just saying you never fucking know. Just because you went on a date with a person 3 times doesn't mean you really know them, and doesn't mean they haven't done to you what they're gonna do to you. Like, just please be aware of online dating, please. And also be aware of people like this Milos guy. Like, fucking be aware of people like him. It's hard to see people like him because he knows how to manipulate you. And hold on, my phone. They know how to manipulate you, and it's a really scary thing having people like that in our fucking world. It's really fucking scary. And I just want to talk about this conspiracy video. And also, let me just say this while I'm talking about Shane Dawson. I said this in my YouTube drama video, which I don't know if you watched it. If you did, thank you. If not, it's okay. But I also want to say this. Shane needs to do a docuseries on the truth about David Dobrik, because I feel like there's more to him than this great guy who's goofy and the young one and stuff. There's more to him, I feel like. There definitely is more to him, and I think that would be an awesome series for Shane to do. I would watch it. Like, the Jake Paul one, I'm intrigued, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of boring because I don't give a shit about Jake Paul. Like, no offense, but like, I don't really care. Like, and I kind of, or like, I don't know, the way it started is like, it kind of points to him being a sociopath, but I don't really know for sure until I watch the whole thing. But it's just like, Jake Paul's not someone I concern myself with, you know? Whereas David Dobrik, I want to see that. So I think that'd be an awesome thing. Like, people, if you agree with me, we need to tweet that at Shane, because that needs to fucking happen. That would be fucking amazing. Like, come on, that needs to happen. Right after Jeffree, though, because I want more Jeffree. Because, honey, hi, how are you? Love Jeffree. Need Jeffree. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about all that. Yeah. And like I said, I will link his video down below. If you guys have anything you'd like to say, leave the comments, you know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of us that watch Shane Dawson have a lot to say about this conspiracy video, so express your opinions. You are welcome here. And yeah, that is it, and I'm gonna go.